Hey everybody. So welcome to the last day of June. It's the 30th already. I don't know where the year went. So we're heading into the second part of 2021 tomorrow. Crazy. And I'm here today because I want to talk to you a little bit about a conversation I had this week. And it was really cool because it actually turned into a deeper conversation. And we were talking about character, we were talking about personality, and we we're talking perception. So the question was, what makes up a good person? Well, I had my perspective and the other person had their perspective. So obviously after that, I had to go and Google and research what the qualities were. And I found 15 qualities that make up a good person, okay? So the first one is prudence. Prudence is being cautious. It's the ability to determine whether or not a particular action is good or appropriate and having the strength to do something about it, okay? Number 2 is temperance. Temperance is moderation from something, okay? Or finding the middle path or finding a balance. This always encompasses, self-discipline and self-awareness. Number 3 is courage. Courage is ability to take action even though you feel afraid, okay? So courage takes, you need courage to act with integrity. Number 4 is compassion. So understanding that someone else's pain and having the desire to help alleviate their pain. So we want to help them, so we have compassion in action. And the basic element of compassion is kindness. So the 5th one is generosity. Generosity is we always have something that we can share, okay? So it doesn't have to mean monetary wealth or physical objects. It can simply mean our time, okay? So being generous with your time even when somebody needs a hand or whatever that may be. Number 6 is patience. So patience is the most admired and the most difficult to put into practice. Patience means that you can remain calm and measured in your responses even when you're irritated. Imagine. Number 7 is respect. Respect encompasses tolerance, esteem, appreciation, and recognition. We acknowledge boundaries and we never put others down or mistreat them. We pay attention when they speak and honor their words and their personal choices. Number 8 is tolerance. It means accepting what others may think, behave, or how they live, and that the fact that it's different than ourselves, without trying to change it, change their ways, or make it so that it suits ourselves. So we just we want to live and let live, and we're seeking to understand but not to change. Okay. Number 9 is integrity. Integrity means doing the right thing. Even when nobody is watching, nobody's, holding you to your individual morale or your ethical convictions, despite, somebody else's opinions or influences, okay? So integrity is doing the right thing even though nobody's watching and nobody's measuring it. And they're not going to pat you on the back and say, hey, good job. Commitment is number 10. That means that you held to your word, even if it was difficult to do so. Okay, so you saw something through because you made a promise. A person who keeps their commitment is someone who can be trusted and relied upon. That's a big one in this world today. Okay, trust, commitment. All right. Number 11 is honesty. Honesty is appreciated even when it's difficult, okay? Always take accountability for your actions. Admit to your mistakes and remedy it right away. That is so important to your integrity. Always be gentle in your tone and the words that you choose. How you decide to deliver your message can make the difference between long-term trauma and change for a person, okay? So number 12 is humility. Humility is holding the idea that no person is greater or lesser than anybody else, despite popularity, wealth, titles, achievements, okay? So being humble means that you treat everyone around you with care and respect, regardless of who they are. and what their status is, okay? Race, whatever, religion, like none of that matters, okay? At the end of the day. Number 13 is strength, mental and emotional rather than physical, okay? Strength and compassion are linked just as strength and courage are. They come hand in hand. So the number 14 is love. Now, love, there's so many different types of love. We are most familiar with romantic love, the love we feel between our parents and our kids or children. We know that we love when we pour our energy toward the other person or other beings. We want them to be happy, we want them to be healthy, successful, and free. So the other piece to that is infatuation. So infatuation is sometimes confused with love, and that's more of a possessiveness, okay? So more of a controlling nature. Someone might love another person because they feel that the other person is going to give them what they need, okay? But real love isn't a question of what we're going to get from a situation or a person, but what we can give. So that's a really important lesson. I find that I hear like love being thrown around like just loosey-goosey all the time. And I'm not okay with that. Like, I'm really not okay with that. Like, you know, you can love somebody or love the fact that they did something for you or thank them or whatever. But to say I love you is a really, really like profound statement. So say it like you mean it. But anyway, we're going to move on. Number 15 is self-awareness. So you know in your gut when you've done wrong or when you've done good. You know it, you feel it. You might feel guilt or shame afterwards if you did something, you know, if you didn't do it the right way, or you did something you shouldn't have done, or you're like weren't really, you know, following your instincts on that. So self-awareness is really important. And well, all the points are, but at the end of the day, this is really just a lesson, or really just, you know, kind of my findings I want to share with you. I found this was really neat. And I learned a lot, and it's just kind of a really good reminder. So I want to say to you all, have a great weekend. Happy Canada Day if you live in Canada, and enjoy some time with your family, doing whatever brings you joy. And I'll say next time. Okay, bye. Take care.